they are able to get Alistar, get Xin in there, the follow-up with Galio is big. So it's going to be on BLG to initially kind of pull back with the fight and try and find the reset, the re-engages.
BLG just recognizing that since Hoya got the first move, there was no chance that they were going to have the best numbers advantage for the scrubs, just ensuring that they don't flip something unnecessarily and give an advantage over the TT, just taking the trade and keeping the game even. I was curious to see if BLG were going to try to take advantage of that. Oh, okay, nice interrupt from Feather, at least being able to dodge the flip, but Elk, does he want to flash for another auto attack? Yes, he does! Gets first kill of the game, but now Elk might be in trouble since he has no flash, and Satab has 2 more Spirit Rushes and an Orb of Deception to follow up. Equalizes the kill board 1-1.
In this game, you are here to nullify the matchup. Not exactly, and like be Galio, not exactly to win it. As at the moment, Satab.
Good charm, but he's now going to deal with a 4-man dive. Cease and desist will deny any outplay potential from Satab. A flash was expended, and it just isn't enough.
BLG's perspective, I agree. Like your Grub abusers are a Poke Varus, a tank Galio, and then an Ahri, who should be the one winning side lanes, and the side lane that I want to see ThunderTalk really overload, support with the Xin, Galio, and Alistar moving forward. But if you are able to get the first 2 Drakes for giving up the first 6 Grubs, I gotta say this is one of the rare games where I kind of agree with the gambit from BLG. Usually I think 6 Grubs are too much to give up, but for this game, I don't think that's the case. I think BLG is actually getting the better of the map.
Yeah, as you called it out, none of the champions on TT side really have...
I have to accept that, all right?
Listen, man, it was so awesome. I need to see it
have some
again.
action though. I know you know, first
2K.
series bring it up, applies action. Satab.
Oh, good smite from Wei, secures it. Now it's just all about the exit strategy. On is able to crash down over the wall. Satab following up with the Spirit Rush. Good stun by On, and the flash from Beichuan forces On's flash as well. Elk might be compromised, but Satab is just a little too deep. Bullet time is gonna at least create some damage, but Wei still goes down thanks to the hero's entrance from Hoya. But now TT, they have to commit to getting out of here. 4 minutes here.
Yeah, I mean, depending on if you have the Summoning Insight or spell or not.
Sure.
You know, with the bonus spell CDR.
Okay. Well, they're going to jump onto On. They know that he doesn't have flash, and should be a kill there. Feather flashing forward to guarantee the stun. The Magnastor buys some time, and On is going to escape. Now the re-engage. Maybe they can find something here. Elk is trying to put as many auto attacks as he can while Wei is absorbing as much damage, and Bin is now teleported into the Flay. Equalizer is going to force 1xM to run, but Elk is flashing forward, and now he's got a Varus in his sights. Bullet time rips through Satab's health bar, and Ben should do enough with the Flame Spoiler to cook him on a spit. The rest of BLG punishing ThunderTalk where they stand, and it's an ace for BLG.
I can't reach Elk, and Elk was the one who flashed forward, has an insane angle on this ultimate. Beautiful fight from Elk, really enabled by the fact that ThunderTalk used so many tools.
Aggroed by ThunderTalk, but nowhere near close to being finished here. BLG gonna have enough time to collapse in. Maybe look for something. Hoya has the first move. Hero's entrance at the ready. Weaver's Wall from Knight allows him to collapse. Feather forced to pop the ultimate for that damage reduction. Beichuan tries to step up. Buy some base here. Oh, Hoya with a decent flank right onto Knight, but the bullet time is going to ring true once again. And Wei secures the Rift Herald. Satab falls, and the rest of BLG have their way with the fight once again. Beichuan on the run. Tries to go into the 3 Talon Strike, but just not enough damage in the tank. BLG are running away with this one as now Hoya, the tank on the Galio, just no longer surrounded by the damage dealers of ThunderTalk, as
no TT.
Actually I don't think he's actually getting away. Because there's a Vi there to cut off his escape route. And now the gold lead has extended, Matt. 6,000 advantage for BLG. This seems pretty much over.
Find a winning angle here, Rocco. And BLG just continue to run away with this game. That soul point secured pre-18 minutes. Ocean Soul on the map. This game's already wrapped.
Yeah, BLG haven't taken that many towers yet, but this Rift Herald will be the markings of the 3rd taken. Could look for another charge, but I don't think ThunderTalk are going to give them that opportunity, as Ben getting jumped on by Beichuan. There's no flash on this Rumble, but...
no way to win in this game. And it has been good play off of BLG as that speed continues.
Oh, man. Cease and desist right on the bullet time, but 1xN is able to flash away from him, and Beichuan is threatening Elk. It pushes him away, down. But hang on. Wait a minute. Wait does fall to Satab, but Beichuan trying to absorb all the attention right now. finally falls on, trying to continue the charge here. Feather on the wrong side of the wall, still has a flash available, finally uses it, gets out alive, but the rest of BLG still fighting. 4v4, Charm connects on to On, Hoya dashes in with the Justice Punch, and Feather trying to see if he can rejoin the fight here, but just can't get his way around the wall. It's just too much time. The equalizer finds its moment to cook Satab once again. Feather falls in succession. BLG, double kill for Elk. And it just seems to be the story continuing to write itself. BLG as the expected victors, and they are living up to the script.
Yeah, you might have beaten us in split 1, not going to beat us in split 2. I think is what BLG is saying right now. And that fight, like, it kind of looked close, but the whole time Bin was sitting on Equalizer, was just waiting for, you know, the Alistar ult to run out, Ahri ult to expire, dropped that in the back half of the fight and made it look easy.
Well, for BLG fans, at least they are content that their favorite team is living up to the mantle that they have earned for themselves throughout their victorious 2024 season in the LPL, being able to pick up back-to-back titles. To the very end, Otacon GAs were picked up here, so BLG can really play with abandon, as Ben is finding a flank here, and here they go. They pull the trigger right onto 1xN. A flashless Varus is going to get stunned up here, but the equalizer, not enough damage to actually cook him, but Ben is going to force the issue by flashing on forward with the flame spitter. The bullet time rips through the cow, turns it into ground beef, and Hoya still on the run, but dies to the burn anyway. Satab trying to retreat, but will not find any ground. BLG, they don't drop a single man since it was Otacon GAs in their side. And even though the death timers are short, I think they have what it takes to finish here. But I think they're going to take it patient. Just going to go for the open inhibitor and continue to play for the soul instead.
Games, there's a lot of variance in this league. A lot of good teams, too, at the top. But BLG were the team that stage and reclaimed the international dominance and one of the top teams in the world moniker that this team has owned when they have been at their best in the past.
Yeah, split 1. A lot left on the table, but this time for the rest of the season, they've got 8 weeks ahead of themselves. As TT are going to try to jump onto Bin. He's got no stasis to protect himself, so it's a guaranteed 5-on-4 advantage for TT. Comes at the cost of an inhibitor tower on that top side of the map. BLG just making their retreat. Wave potentially threatening to look at Satab. He's already isolated. It's only Beichuan, but Hero's entrance will stall the fight a little bit. El can't really get in there to follow up, but the bullet time will, and that cone is deadly. Beichuan falls in the back as well, and suddenly, just like that, BLG have created the numbers advantage for themselves once again. It's just down to 1xN and Feather, but BLG should have the strength to push it in for the win.
No need to base with Ocean Soul. Bin has TP in 13. This is going to be, I mean, it's pretty rare with Baron spawning at 25 that you see pre-27, pre-28 wins, but of course, BLG going to make it happen in this game 1.
Nexus turret starting to fall here. Feather will try one last time to look for Elk, but a clean flash prediction will deny Feather any chance for a miracle comeback. And a teleport coming in from Bin. BLG standing on the doors of the footsteps of that base. ThunderTalk, no chance. It's BLG all day, every day with a game 1 win.
Last pick, Ezreal 2, not going to help with that. Ezreal, in a lot of melees, should be pretty happy Arcane shifting around the fight later on, and one way to actually get out of the arrows. So again, I really like the draft that BLG has. Cannon wasn't taken, and as we return to the standard lanes, I will say Elk was started out a little bit there by Hoya, so a little bit of a CS lead onto the Ashe, a little bit less onto the Ambessa. And this game, I know last game we thought that giving over the 3 grubs was actually okay for BLG. Yone can have used it this game, though, and we have a dive coming in as Hoya. Again, he did ding 6. No TP to go back pot, but they don't care about that wave. They want to make the play, and we'll see what they can find.
Right onto On. The public execution goes through, and it's clean. But now they've got to drop the turret aggro as it's starting to ramp up. On goes back in, but has no reinforcements. Way Q flash onto 4 members. Can he actually clean up? Eep finds 1, and he's going to skirt on out. A rest from the 3-man. Satab trying to find Knight. He just jumps over the wall and gets away from the sword advantage, and no Fate Sealed available for ThunderTalk to play with on these grubs as they continue the fight here. Beichuan off of the arrow. On absorbs it. Super tanky. Not going to live through this one. The hostile takeover getting some decent value here. It forces a Knight away. Cannot support Way. And I don't I'm not sure if he was able to get the grub. Looks like he was able to smite one away, but overall, big win for ThunderTalk here. They're going to be able to get the rest of the grubs.
Yeah, I don't like BLG. Like, they go for the play on the Satab. There was quite a bit burned in order to try and pull that one off, and they try and continue it onto the grubs in a play where they really just couldn't afford to make. So ThunderTalk not only win the skirmish, but actually win the grubs, and this is a small lead that with 5 grubs, they could really snowball. This game going to be important that On is able to kind of catch and stop some of the engage that is likely heading Lilia's way.
Yeah. Pretty hard for Wei to play out that fight too, since he was down a flash, having expended it for that 4-man Q flash right earlier. So, now BLG, you know, I kind of understand trying to push for that fight, not wanting to give over that many grubs over to ThunderTalk's Wei. And credit to them, at least they were able to snag one. And it's not the 6 grubs. Doomsday has the explosive charge from Satab, or that was on Satab. Actually, I thought it was only if he. That's neat.
That's interesting. That turret was low. Satab not going to be low. He's ulting out.
And he's got the reset charge, the flash forward to guarantee it, and he's got the reset to jump out of there. Knight taking care of business. Over the reins and represent on international stages as... Hang on. Good flash from Ben, dodging the Glacial Prison. Permafrost is going to stun him for a bit, but just not enough damage as Beichuan now forced a flash from the turret aggro that was ramping up. Feather is here, but I don't know how much work he can get done on the Renata here. He can maybe find the handshake. Pulls him right back in. Beichuan is back from the grave, and Ben, don't tell me he gets one more auto attack. Yes, he does. Oh my goodness. It's gonna make TT work for it, being able to trade one back in a 1v3.
Oh, there was no bailout from the Renata. Feather used it to speed himself up to make sure that he could get in range, apply the red buff against Bin, and Bin, the Chad that he is, Gigabin, strikes the rift, takes down Beichuan with them as the trade of turrets is even, not your E and your R, if you're playing it correctly. So that did help open up for Bin with the outplay. Meanwhile...
Oh, man! The Q3 from Satab trying to flash spin combo it, just not enough. Bin outstats him, and yeah, Matt, I think I'm in the same boat with you. BLG winning both sides of the map at the moment. Rift Herald completely in their control. And even though the kill score is even and the gold lead isn't that far ahead for BLG, you can't help but think that maybe ThunderTalk are just not going to have the conditions set up for them to be able to take this game away from BLG.
Yeah, I mean, this is the horror going up against BLG. You got a lane in the Bin and Knight. That Rift Herald is secured by the team, but what happened beforehand, which enabled him to find the kill, and then Hoya, no escape for him, trying to get on the way, and meanwhile.
Back to live. On his caught by the handshake, but that's okay. He's just a Leona. Then Satab was trying to open up the backside there. Hostile takeover is going to open up more for ThunderTalk, and Ben is caught up in it. And wait a minute, ThunderTalk being able to find a decent fight. BLG, though, make sure the rest of BLG are able to escape. On in trouble once again. Yeah, he's going to have to go back in. Elk trying to do a decent amount of damage to Beichuan, and Wei has now arrived. They trade 1-for-1 support for jungler. Not bad for BLG's circumstances here. Now have the minion wave and the Rift Herald. They're going to be able to crash it into tier 1. Can they get more off of this? Yeah, they're gonna save the crash for tier 2 as well. So well played, BLG. Enough from Menacing Dragon spawning in 30 seconds. It is a soul available, and oh boy, Hoya. Big stack from Hoya. Public execution right on the Knight. It has no chance to burn flash. I mean, it's a 5-on-4 now created for ThunderTalk, and one of the big damage dealers, Knight, had gone deathless this entire game. Finds his first one at the hands of Hoya. Hoya does not have R available. Knight will have TP when he spawns in 8, so on TT to rip it. 1xn kind of low. Oh man, that's shift and cleanse gone, but really good poke damage onto 1xn. Not able to step up safely. Now using the hostile takeover. It guarantees that ThunderTalk get the dragon and deny soul. But Han are going to hunt for Satab. They find him. The flash for the wall from Knight. He comes back from the grave with vengeance. And he's looking for the resets. Goomba stomping on 1xn and Feather individually picking up big shutdown bounties. And BLG are going to make ThunderTalk pay. Turret, or bot inner turret, I should say, cannot be denied by TT. Beichuan is here. Maybe can protect Hoya as he flashes away from the engage range of BLG. Nice. On just going to disengage, but it does open up the map. Bin going to secure another turret for BLG in the mid lane. Yeah, I honestly really like that. Tended that one. As Knight not the recipient on the other end. Able to rocket jump away from that one safely. ThunderTalk now. Wei. Wow, Way's got to be careful with face check in the bush like that. He's got a stasis.
Takeover?
Maybe they could buy some time.
Okay.
Immediately flashing away from the hostile takeover. BLG still have a chance to regroup for some space. Feather got tagged by a swirling seat on his into the back line, and Knight is trying to follow up as best as he can. Satab, Fate sealed onto 2 members, immediately blinks back, but Way was waiting for the Soul Unbound to pop so that he could pick up a Yone on the back end.
So no spine available here for TT.
It's going to burn down super quickly. Way still has Smite available. It is secured. Hextech Soul on top of it as well. And Hoya is just in no man's land, no chance. And now the rest of ThunderTalk could be in trouble. Beichuan doesn't have ulti available. He has the front line and stand and deliver so that 1xN can get as much work as he done. But Lilting Lullaby and the Buster shot from Knight as he rocks on forward. Goomba stomping once again. BLG putting ThunderTalk into the grave.
Opportunity to one-shot Way. That doesn't happen. Satab does his damnedest in this fight to do work, but this game of the series we're not too surprised by, but the game 1 draft was a bit of a bummer. And again, I think that we're in a scenario where ThunderTalk's kind of struggling to find their identity in the standard lane scenario with Hoya. And Hoya to actually snowball the game forward, but it's plays being taken. It's what's happening on the map. And speaking of Hoya, he's looking to angle for public execution here.
Glacial Prison here, Knight able to buffer it. Satab with the bait sealed into the backline. Hustle takeover, layer right on top of Elk. Okay, that's one marksman gone, but now you got to deal with the other one, and it's Knight who now has an angle, looking to reset once again. Finds Feather, finds 1xN, and it's just Satab left since Hoya's on the wrong side of the tracks here. Triple kill picked up for the mid laner of BLG. Hoya got a flash over the wall. The rest of BLG gonna try to track him down while Ben and Knight are going to look to lay ruin to the base.
I mean, Bin TP'd in, absolutely laid the hammer down against 1xN, who fell at the hands of Bin's Jace. As we teased early on, Knight and Bin, these gargantuan solo laners, world-class, top of their role, best players in the world of the role at times. They really outclassed TT today as they're putting the finishing touches on this series.
If there's any doubts remaining from Split 1, they have been quickly dashed by BLG. A quick 2-0 sweep will put an end to any other concerns in this particular matchup between BLG and ThunderTalk. And as Bilibili Gaming, they're going to walk away with a few extra kills as they are patting down the KDA stats and take the sweep.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.